Hey YouTube, Andrew Sellers here. I am back. I am happy to be back in the YouTube scene. I'm still playing in Vanguard tournaments every week, and and I'm generally in a better living spot than I was previously. I used to live like 15 minutes from work, but now I only live 4 minutes, and it's and it's helping me it's helping me save up a lot more energy living at a closer bike ride to home. So anyways, now that I'm back running videos, I figured why not start back up with running my favorite deck in this format. As many people know, the Blood is my favorite card in Vanguard, and I just love the Vermillion units. They may not be the best cards in the game, but to me, they are the absolute coolest. And they always will be too. So, we shall now begin with the profile, starting with the red deck. Thunderstorm's there for searching Eternal Thunderbolt when ridden upon by Thunderstorm. Thunderstorm's there to search your top 7 for a Narukami unit or Eternal Thunderbolt when ridden upon by the Blood. And the Blood, of course, is the main unit of the deck. His skills are during your turn, if your soul has a Dragonic Kaiser Vermillion unit in its name, he on his own gets plus 5,000 power. And if your opponent's front row is empty, he gets a crit, and your whole front row gets another plus 5,000 power. His axe skill is once per turn, Soul Blast 1. He gets to attack up to 3 units at once. Like it can be, and it can also include back row rear guards. So like you can, if you want, you can even choose not to hit your opponent's Vanguard. Not that that's ideally what you're supposed to do. What I like to do with him is use his Soul Blast skills so that I can swing at the opponent's Vanguard and then choose. Normally, I will attack the opponent's front row if there's 2 interceptors in the front row. But sometimes, if there's a very deadly rear guard in the opponent's back row, I'll go up against that rear guard. And his final skill, the Act 1, says, at the end of the battle, this unit attacked. And if your opponent's at 4 or less damage, discard a unit and deal a damage to them. Trigger effects will apply if they pull any trigger. If they damage check any triggers, though. I'm sure many of you know what the Blood already does, but I explained anyway, just in case anyone didn't. So now we're going to go through the order cards. Playset of Eternal Thunderbolt. Honestly, this is the key card of the deck. Like the deck can't do anything without this card. It has a crap ton of searchability, and you can use it from both your hand or the drop zone, depending on which you'd prefer to do. And now for the Blitz orders. Defensive Roar and Sanctitude. Now for the main deck grade 3 units. 3 copies of the Blood. Get that Persona Ride in. 4 copies of regular Vermillion. As far as I've kept track, builds generally run him at 3 or 4. I personally run him at 4 because I want him in soul as quick as possible so that I can use the Blood at full power each turn I Persona Ride. Next we have 3 copies of Rothkur Hammer Dragon. I used to run them at 4, but then I've ended up realizing that 4's generally too tedious and bricky. 2 to 3 in my opinion is the way to go. Like, I personally like 3 because I want to see it in my hand more often. Like, I want to be more likely to draw it. But 2 is also a good number. But in my opinion, 3 is the best. 4 copies of her. She's honestly a really good card. Like, she's there to add the blood to your hand and to put regular Vermillion in your soul. And on turns where you need to push your opponent, she gets plus 10k from attacking, and if you pay a counterblast. 4 copies of Belkos the Dragon, another soul filtering card for the deck. 4 copies of Rising Phoenix. Rising Chicken! An excellent drop zone card to have. 3 copies of Spark Spike Dragon. For those of you who don't know what he does, his skill is when he boosts a Narukami unit, let's see. Forgive me, I haven't read this card in a while. If you have a Vanguard with Narukami for its clan, all your other rear guards in the same column as this unit get plus 5,000 power. And if your Vanguard's attack hit 2 or more times this turn, they get plus 10k instead of plus 5k. And his final skill says, at the end of the battle he boosted, if your Vanguard's attack hit 2 or more times, Energy Blast 3 and draw a card. 3 regular PGs. Your PGs are 3 of this and Sanctitude. No question. 4 heal triggers. Normally I would run a copy of the crit heal and a copy of the stride heal of the higher grade heal in this deck for stride matchups, but I have the 15s in here just because. Well, it's actually because I have those other cards in my Varna deck. 8 crit. 8 crits are just too good to run. They're generally used in most decks in this format. Next, we have 3 draws. Draws are good in this deck because you want to run into your combo pieces for the deck as fast as possible. Otherwise, it's not really gonna make a big impact. And finally, Drekvita for your Overtrigger. So now, I'm going to be explaining some combos I picked up with this deck. So one thing I usually do, whether my opponent's on grade 3 or grade 2, is wait to resolve any of his skills until my second turn of having him on board so that I can really go off on the next turn. And usually, because I Persona Ride on my second turn. So this is going to be a little weird to explain, but here's one of the big combos I picked up on using the blood. Oh, and I put regular Vermillion in here for emphasis. Hey, for empathizing. So, there's quite a bit of different things you can do with this board, and with having Rising Phoenixes in your drop zone. So, oh, and I'll lay out Thunderbolt to better explain details. So, before you do anything, let's say you've done a Persona Ride. with this board. One neat little thing you could do is you could bind him from drop. So before you do anything, bind Thunderbolt from drop so that activate Thunderbolt from hand or bind it from drop so that you can do things. Another thing you could do is swing with either one of these two first. Usually I swing with him first because he has fewer power and I get to draw a card for hand consistency. But if the opponent's at 5 damage, with this combo, I'll swing with Kashin first. So after you attack with one of these two units, he'll disappear. Swing with the blood next. Your opponent's probably going to perfect guard it. And let's say he's going to attack the opponent's front row. Your opponent takes the rear guard attacks and perfect guards his attack. After you attack with him, after you've attacked the bound units, Soul Blast some units from your soul and get your chickens back. And sometimes if I really want to add extra pressure, and another thing you could do if you really want is you could swing with these two first and then call both the chickens in the front row. And if you've drive checked any triggers, you could give the power to your Spark Spike dragons. Well, that is it for my Vermillion the Blood deck profile. I hope that y'all enjoyed it, and I also hope that I did well enough to explain it well and visualize it well for you guys. I want to say thank you all again for watching my content for so many years. I may have been gone for a while, but it definitely feels good to be back. And whether I'm doing good or not so good with my videos, I'm generally enjoying them. And as long as I'm enjoying them, and as long as my fans are enjoying them, to me, that's all that really matters. Anyways, I thank y'all again for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe for more content, and I'll be sure to keep bringing it to y'all. Peace out.